Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, we're going to go over the 10 easiest openings for white. So, what makes them easy? Less memorization. You can play them through a variety of opponent variations as well. They're generally pretty straightforward. Let's get into it. So the first opening for white that we have, it's the Barcza system. Basically, you start out with g3, they generally go d5, and then you can just go bishop g2, and they go knight f6. As you can tell, the bishop is very strong on that diagonal for white. And then after that, you simply continue to develop with hopes of castling very early on. So exactly as these arrows show, white has a variety of options, and you've already played 4 quick moves, and hopefully it's taken you less than 10 or 15 seconds, assuming your opponent does not go wild. And things can continue as shown. It's a very nice structure to set up. And lastly, some of the more common openings that you can do with this Barcza system is the Catalan, the English, and the King's Indian even. Yeah, it's a great system for beginners. And before I forget, I am reviewing chess.com's best openings for white. I hope we can all learn something from it and maybe commentate along with it. So let's move on to the second easiest opening for white. At number 2, we have the Bird-Larsen attack with f4, d5, b3. So you can see there's a theme here with the fianchettoed bishops coming. And after knight f6, for example, you can develop your knight to f3 with hopes of eventually fianchettoing that bishop onto b2. And the simple idea with this is to hopefully develop your light squared bishop in a way that just simply doubles your opponent's pawn structure, like so. It leads you to a great setup, lots of attacking ideas, and an easy, quick way to castle, not too much thinking. Again, the Bird-Larsen attack at number 2. Let's keep going. Okay, here at number 3, we have the Blackmar-Diemer gambit, which goes d4, d5, very simple, and then e4, d takes 4, and then you develop the knight with attacking. He develops his knight to defend, and then you give up another pawn. And yeah, that's the reason why there's a gambit, because you get to develop your knight, have room for your bishops to explore as well, and you get a free castle. And there's different variations of it, but this is the basic setup, and it's excellent. You can see how much more space white has. Alright, number 4 is the Colle system. So we have d4, d5. This time we play knight f3, knight f6, e3, e6, bishop d3. Okay, now here's some conflict finally. And you just ignore it. You make a nice little triangle with your pawns. And you say, let's, I cut off my knight, but there's some ways that I can continue. Let's just say they go knight c6 and you just castle. And yeah, you get your knight up there. And from there, you have the option to, as highlighted, push your pawn, get your knight there, have your queen opened up, rooks being connected after moving the knight, allowing the bishop to free. Colle system, very fun, very cool, very easy. Next, at number 5 is the Colle-Zukertort system, where you will go d4, d5 again, knight f3, knight f6, e3, e6, bishop d3, c5. Very similar, right? You think they're going to go c3 again? Ah, no, we actually went b3 with preparation to fianchetto the bishop and potentially take the pawn on c5, as you can see. And after that, or shortly after that, you can see your bishops are extremely strong, assuming they do not do a challenging variation of this. But yeah, looks like a beautiful system for white and a very easy one to learn. Alright, number 6, we have the English opening, the Botvinnik formation. You start at c4, knight f6, knight c3, e5, g3. You can see fianchetto ideas. Bishop c5, bishop g2, castle, e4, e6, knight e2, knight c6. And then this is a very interesting move, this h3, this f4 push is very juicy. But yeah, anyways, so rook develops to e3, we can secure a pawn on e4 with d3, and then after that we castle, and we attack the bishop, pinning the knight yeah, with ideas of the f4, and yeah, you can move your queen up as well, support the bishop, connect the rooks. It's just a beautiful opening for white. Yeah, it allows a lot of intense attacking ideas. That's that one. Okay, next up is a very popular one recently. Is the London system. d4, d5, bishop f4, knight of 6, e3, e6, c3, c5, bishop d3, knight c6. Sorry, I've seen too much of it. It's not very interesting to me, but it is one that is very solid, especially at our level of anywhere from 500 to 2000. And yeah, knight d2, bishop e7, knight gf3, castle, queen e2. Everything's good and connected. So again, with these openings, they're easy because it takes less memorization, very straightforward, and it gets you out of the opening. It keeps your time management in a good place, which is what I need to work on, and I will probably look into using these, especially for my Blitz Road to 1500 series. So let's move on to the next one. So the next one is the Stonewall attack, where you go d4, d5, e3, knight f6, bishop d3, e6, knight d2, bishop d6, f4, and you're maybe thinking, wow, this is crazy, the f4 this early. So basically what this does is it really attacks and holds on to this e5 area. It seems kind of hard to stop, especially you haven't committed your king to castling anywhere, so it leaves plenty of options open for you, and your center is a little stronger, I would say, at this point. Yeah, and you just continue developing, supporting your pawns, and yeah, after that you have some beautiful ideas of pushing and attacking the king side. You just have to worry about not having this dark squared bishop and knight as developed, but there's other ways you can play it, so you wouldn't be primarily focusing on that quite yet. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Number 9, only 2 left, including this one. Trompowsky attack, or the Torre attack. So d4, knight f6, knight f3, e6, bishop g5, d5, e3, bishop e7, bishop d3, c5, and c3. Wow, a lot of c5, c3 plays recently. And then lastly, knight c6, knight bd2. So this promotes the idea of wanting to push the king side of black with the h-pawn. Initially you get to go h4, supporting the bishop on g5, and yeah, you can castle short or long with however much aggression you want to implement, or you can just quickly go h5, h6 like they're showing, and really try to destroy that potential kingside castling pawn structure, or safety for the king for black. So let's get to the last one. Alright, now at number 10, which is still very good for the easiest white openings to learn, is the Vienna opening system. So here you're going to go e4. So d4 has been the popular one in this top 10, but yeah, e4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, g3, and you may be thinking, is that bishop really that good over there? Fianchetto g2. So we'll see how they get it to work. You just keep moving here. So yeah, continuing, you go d3, support your middle pawn, and what do you know, there's an f4 break in the works. You can play f4. If he takes, then you develop your bishop and it's looking really good for you, and if he refuses to take and he makes some other random development move, you can push again to f5 and take so much more space, and really threatening to just shut down black's position. And there's the top 10 easiest white openings to learn. Less memorization required, gets you out of the opening very quickly, so your time management is less of an issue. I'm talking to myself there. I'm going to be trying the Colle system, Vienna system, and the Trompowsky. I think those are some of my favorite that I saw here. And thanks again for chess.com for providing this beautiful information for me to commentate and learn from. If you guys could also like, comment, and subscribe to this video. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this type of content, and what you guys are looking forward to the most, and maybe what you guys have learned. It helps with my YouTube channel and the algorithm. So yeah, I appreciate that a lot, and yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night, and see you next time.